Hello, my beautiful planty people, and how are you doing today? I hope you're great. I am doing well. So today, I am going to do a June favorites video. So these are all plants that have really just been like doing the most. Things that haven't grown in a while that are doing really well. Things that I struggled really hard with and now are just redeeming themselves. More like I have redeemed myself, because really, let's be honest, it was due to my care or lack thereof that they probably weren't doing well to begin with. We gotta keep it real here. So anyways, that's what these plants are. So I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 plants to show you today, and I'm very excited to share them with you because I'm just excited about everything. So that's just how I do. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. So hopefully this is something that you're interested in watching. For any other updates and things like that, you can follow me on Instagram. Here is my Instagram account. I would love to have you over there. I post updates and polls and just, whatever random thoughts happen to pop into my brain that day. For those of you who are new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Nikki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for my GFPs, my gluttons for punishment who just keep coming back for more, it is amazing to see you as always. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into my top 6 favorite plants of June. Okay, let's just go ahead and start this because I could probably ramble about a lot of these for a while, so we'll see how long this ends up being. So the first one, if you watch my growth updates video, or if you do already follow me on Instagram, then you have already seen this baby, but oh my goodness, I have to show you. So this, I'm gonna go on this side because there, oh, I figured we'd just start off with a bang. So this is my Queen Antherium, or my Antherium Warraquenum, and it is finally doing something. Now for my old school GFPs, you guys know the struggles that I've been through with this thing. It was really tricky for a while. At one point it lost all of its leaves, and it was in my greenhouse for maybe a year. It was a thing. It was a process. However, I think we have fixed it. So this is the oldest leaf, and you can see we did have some troubles here. We just had some browning or yellowing that I just cut off. This one is currently in my green wall cabinet, my Millsbo green wall cabinet. And so this was the leaf, and this is much better than what I was getting previously. And then due to my own inability to water on time, this leaf came out, and look how big this would have been. That would have been huge, but I screwed up. So when this leaf was forming and when it was unfurling, I underwatered it, and they don't like that. And so that's what happened here. Look how huge that would have been. Ugh. But we can't dwell on what was and what could have been. We need to move on. And now I have this beautiful babe. So let me get you up close. She's not hardened off yet, so this plant will this leaf will probably get a substantial amount bigger. It's about 15-16 inches right now, and she's still very, very soft. So we're gonna get a lot more length and width out of her by the time she's done. I am so proud of this plant. If you follow me on Instagram, you're probably already aware of that. I took a photo with it, and then, I was like, yay! So anyway, really, really happy with this plant. The trick that I have come to find is that you really can't let them dry out. Definitely not completely. So what I do now is I make sure I am checking this plant every about 5 or 6 days, because it is in my Millsbo cabinet. It does retain a little bit more moisture because the humidity is a little higher in there. So it's really appreciated that. So if it's even slightly dry, I would say about halfway. So it's hard to give you an amount or a particular point at which you should water, but So usually what I'll do, now this isn't a chunkier soil, so I don't rely 100% on my moisture meter. Usually these days I'll check with my moisture meter, see what it says. I also take into consideration if there's any soil stuck to the probes on the moisture meter. When you're seeing a lot of soil stuck to either your finger or your moisture meter, or even if you just take a little chopstick in here, that works really well as well. And you just kind of pop it down there. And if you're getting moist soil sticking to any of those things, then you know that it's still moist. So usually I'll wait until I stick my finger, like I don't stick it too far down in there, but you can kind of tell if the very tip of my finger gets a little bit wet, and I only stick it maybe like 1.5 inches or so in there, then I'll go ahead and water it. I've also started putting moss on the top. It just keeps the nodes that are above the soil a little bit more hydrated, and it seems to be working. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say about her. So I'm going to go ahead and put her back in the Mills bow so that she doesn't freak out or something. Okay, so that is plant number 1, my Queen Antherium. Oh, I wish the sparkle would come across on camera. Can you see that? Ooh, she's a pretty girl. Okay, sorry. I'm going to go put her back now. Okay, the second plant that I want to show you is one that I got about a year ago, and I got it from the Rad Plant Shop. They are here in Ontario. They do ship Canada-wide, I believe, and they have really, really great plants, and usually their prices are really, really good. So I will link all of the places that I got these from. I'll link down in the description if I can remember where I got them all from. Okay, so the second one is this beautiful guy. So this is my Philodendron 69686. So when I got this guy, it was just a little baby seedling. The root system was very immature still, and so it did take a little pampering and a little patience to get this guy going, but oh my goodness, once it started growing a couple of months back, it just has been like one after another. And now we are getting these big, huge, okay, so this is the second last leaf. I'll show you here. I just love, like, hide my face. I just love the shape of them. I don't have a whole lot of plants that have that really unique shape, and it's kind of, everybody always refers to this as like the poor man's Yopi, which is so true, because like who can afford that, right? Anyways, that is the most recent leaf. It hasn't quite hardened off yet. You can see that there is a difference in color there. So that is the comparison. So the new leaf and then the older leaf there on the your left. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's your left. I get all backwards. Anyway, really, really cool, interesting plant. There's another leaf growing right here that you can kind of see in the back there. And it's just spitting out. Speaking of spitting. These retainers got me. So it's just been spitting out like leaf after leaf. So really rewarding plant. They're actually pretty easy to get your hands on. They're not crazy expensive, but they're definitely cool. And they're definitely, you guys know I like to have like different types of leaves in my collection. It just gives a little bit of, you know, diversity and a little contrast, and this definitely does that. So that is plant number 2, my Philodendron 69686. She's pretty cool, and I like her ears. Okay, let's move on to plant number 3. Okay, plant number 3 is a beauty. So this plant was originally gifted to me as a couple of cuttings from a local friend of mine who I met one day when we went, I met her through my friend Paula, and we went on this big girls plant shopping trip day, and it was absolutely wonderful. We have to do that again. COVID, please go away. I miss my girls. So anyway, she gave me a cutting of this, and I was so excited. It's such a beautiful plant. If you want a massive pop of color in your collection, this is 100% the plant you want to go with. Very, very easy. And I am not a begonia person, but how can you not be when you see this? So this is the Begonia Bravermosa. I believe it's called. Bravermosa exotica? I don't know. Anyways, it is the most beautiful color of pink. It is just bright fuchsia. And these guys grow so easily and so quickly. And it's just a stunning plant. Like, I'm hoping that the color is coming across as beautiful as it really is in person, because she's stunning. So originally I started growing this begonia in my terrarium in my bedroom. So that was the first like rare plant terrarium that I put together. And it just like went crazy, and it grew like literally was trying to get out of the top of my terrarium. And so I took some cuttings. I've been, you know, taking different cuttings from it. And this plant I am growing in my my other Milspo cabinet, my first Milspo cabinet, and it seems to really enjoy it in there. They do like a little bit higher of humidity, so I would say if you're going to get these, keep it in at least 60%. Would be, you know, I wouldn't go too much lower than that. They do like that extra little oomph, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so I also have clippings of this that I am propagating in my greenhouse. I also have another plant, smaller clipping of this growing in my rare plant terrarium, the one that I did most recently. And this is just the big one that I'm going to kind of have on display. I just love it so much. Like, look at those leaves. The other begonia that I really want to get, because you guys know me and my pink plants, so if you're around my area, let me know, is the Begonia Julau, I think it's called. So they are very similar, they're kind of similar looking. They have the same pink color, but it's more of like a spot. Here's what they look like. They're so pretty. So I'd like to get a couple more begonias. I'm not going full begonia. It's not going to happen, but there are a few that I really like, and I would like to have in my collection just for that, like, you know, contrast in color and texture. Ooh, the Amphioxus is one I really want. Maybe I should save that for my wish list video. Anyways, okay, so that is the third plant on my favorites of June, my Begonia Bravermosa. Ooh, she's so pretty. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this next plant is a very special one to me. So when it started to decline, I was like losing my stuff. So anyways, I finally figured this guy out, and it is doing better. I got this plant from a wonderful subscriber of mine that has been with me, has been one of my GFPs almost since the beginning, I think. And so I was absolutely devastated when this plant started taking a dive, and I am so glad that she's doing better. And that plant is the beautiful Dieffenbachia Reflector. So I'm gonna try to hold this here so you can see it. So there's a couple little plants in this pot, which is why it kind of comes out funny. But look at that leaf. Is that not the most stunning thing you have ever seen? Let's talk about camo, shall we? And not just camo, but camo that kind of shines. If you get this plant in the right light, it, like, the reason that they call it a reflector is that these lighter yellow spots here almost look like, you know, the paint that's on roads that, like, when your headlights shine on it at night, it reflects so that you can see the lines in the road. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just over explaining. Anyway, that is almost what this plant is like. It is so stinking beautiful. And you guys know I love my Dieffenbachias. I have my huge one right here that I just love so much, and I just have this amazing vision of this plant being the same size as my other Dieffenbachia, and it just gives me like I've got goosebumps right now because I'm just thinking about it being so huge. Really good. Oh my goodness. Whew. Anyways, can you just imagine? Just like close your eyes and think of how, oh, I can't. Anyway, I am so happy that this plant is doing better. It is absolutely beautiful. So I found, so this one went through a few different ailments. So at first, I had to work out the lighting. It actually likes really bright light, which I found odd for a Dieffenbachia, because the other Dieffenbachias that I've had, and this one especially, like I literally stuck that thing in a corner and it had like crap light for the longest time, and it just kept growing. So I guess I just automatically assumed that all Dieffenbachias were the same because, you know, why wouldn't they be? So I was wrong. This one actually started doing really well when I had it literally right underneath one of my grow lights. Not touching, obviously, but it seems to really enjoy really bright light. Also watering, make sure you keep up on the watering. They will actually show you, that's the nice thing about these two, is they will actually droop a bit and show you that they want some more water. But I wouldn't leave them too long. I'm actually not a huge fan of waiting until a plant shows you it wants water, because that can actually damage the plant over time. So if you can find a good routine to check them at least once a week, you can usually catch them before they get to that point. I know not everybody does that. I know a lot of people say like, oh, it shows you the signs and that's when you know how to water it. I don't necessarily agree, but you know what? If that's you, you do you, and that is okay. Anyways, and then, so once we got that figured out, because that wasn't enough of a struggle to go with, somehow mealybugs found their way to this beauty. And I was like, really? Really? So about 2 months ago, we finally got rid of the mealybugs. I honestly hate mealybugs. Like, I hate them. I would take, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I would take spider mites and thrips over mealybugs any day of the week. That sounds so dumb. I don't know. There's something about them that just give me the willies. And especially when you have plants, like this one wasn't too difficult for them to get rid of. But when you get them on like succulents and things like that, honestly, just throw the plant out. Call it a day. And I have done that many times, which is why I have about 3 succulents now. But anyways, I won't go on too much longer about this, but Dieffenbachia Reflector, amazing, beautiful plant. You don't see them around a whole lot. I was so lucky for Heather to send me this plant, and I love it so much. So thank you so much, Heather, for sending me this baby. She's doing well, finally, and I am so happy to have her in my collection. So that is plant number 4. Yeah. Oh, look at me go. That is plant number 4, the Dieffenbachia Reflector. Woo, woo, woo. She's really pretty. Okay, I'll just put her down now. Okay. This plant is one that I got about 1.5 years ago from House of Monstera. Now, I had anthuriums previous to this, and I find each different anthurium a little bit different as far as its care requirements. There doesn't seem to be as much of a baseline care as, say, a lot of philodendrons and that kind of thing. But I really find that each particular anthurium requires a little bit different care. So this is one that I definitely had to kind of like tweak my care style too, and I think we finally figured it out. It's such a beautiful anthurium. This is one that you guys haven't seen in quite a while, maybe just in like a plant tour, but this is my Antherium Silver Blush. She is beautiful. Hopefully she'll come across on camera. It's such a pretty anthurium. Look at that. And its most recent leaf here is still hardening off. It's going to grow a little bit more yet. I'm going to drop this. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can get the silver coming across. If I kind of shimmer it a little. This is one of the most silvery anthuriums that I have seen. That silver just absolutely shines. So this one I have in my my first Millsbow cabinet, and this one does not like to dry out at all, but is also extremely sensitive to overwatering. Because why wouldn't it just be easy? Anyway, and it seems to like a little bit more higher humidity than some of my other velvet-leafed anthuriums. But now that we have her figured out, and she has 3 beautiful leaves, this one is a little yellowy around the outside, but I think that this is the first leaf that came out right after I kind of started figuring her out. So we may lose that leaf. It's not too bad. But she's doing so much better. And I just kind of stare at this one every day. It's right at the front of my IKEA cabinet, and I sit on the couch while I'm watching TV, and every now and then I'll glance over at her and be like, hey. Look at you. You know what I mean? Do you do that to plants? Is that just me? Is that weird? Probably. Okay. Anyway, not much else to say about this. This one, the same as a lot of my other anthuriums, I've started just kind of like building up the spag moss around the top part of the plant on top of the soil. And a couple times a week, I just go around and I soak this spag moss, and it just keeps the nodes on the plant here a little bit more moist. And the anthuriums seem to really enjoy that. So, you know, do with that information what you will, but it's working for me. Anyways, so that is plant number 5, my Antherium Antherium Silver Blush, sorry. Oh, sorry, it's an Antherium Crystallinum Silver Blush. Get your shit together, Nikki. Okay. There she is. Okay, let's move on to the last plant. Okay, the last plant is one that, you know, there's been a lot of anthuriums on this list. I'm sorry. Anthuriums for me right now, I think it's just because I'm finally like working it all out. But anthuriums for me right now have been like huge. I've really been liking anthuriums. Now, they'll never replace my love for philodendrons, don't get me wrong, but you can't argue with some of these. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, this one is a plant that I got in a trade from my friend Cami on Instagram, and I am obsessed with it right now. So this is a new leaf that just came out, which you probably saw in last Friday's video, but I can't help but show it again. Look at it. I am obsessed with this plant. It's just so different from a lot of the other things that I have. This beautiful dip sinus, and it's just, and this newest leaf, it's not hardened off yet. It is still soft, so she is still growing. And that's the thing I really love about anthuriums, is that they like level up so fast. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get like, this was the previous leaf, hold on, that has a little boo-boo. But that one was still even, you know, before that, these tiny little guys. But then all of a sudden, like, boom, you know what I mean? And it's, like I said, it's not done yet, but they're so beautiful. And when they first come out, they have this lovely light lime or chartreuse green color, and they're just stunning. And then eventually, as most anthuriums, they'll harden off and they'll turn into whatever color, this darker green color. But I just love how they look like this. It is so beautiful, and they're just so sculptural looking. It really just packs a punch on my plant shelf, and I love it. I love it. Cami, thank you so much for this. It was a plant that I didn't really know much about when she offered to send it to me, and so I was over the moon when I got it, and then it started putting out these really amazing leaves. So I don't show you guys this one very often because it was a seedling, so it took a little while, and really not even that long. I don't think I've even had it for a year, maybe 8 months ish. Sounds about right. We'll go with that. But yeah, she's just doing amazing. And so with each leaf, I just get more and more excited to see, you know, what the next one's going to be. But I am enjoying this leaf so much right now. If you get a chance to get your hands on this plant. Oh, did I even tell you what it was? It's an Antherium. I am so sorry. I wonder if I did that with the other plants too. Did I? Maybe. It's possible. Anyways, this is an Antherium Balaoenum, I think is how you pronounce that. Balaoenum. I'll put it on the screen anyways, but if you can get your hands on one, and this is a shape that I know they're not for everybody, but they're definitely very, very interesting, and I've found extremely easy to grow plants. So that is plant number 6, my Antherium Balaoenum. I don't know. Anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I am really trying to get back into Fridays and Tuesdays. I need to get my crap together. Honestly, I've just been doing a lot of stuff around the house, and I've found that there is like a consistent and ongoing upkeep on all of these plants. So I am actually considering doing a little bit of a declutter of my collection And I know you guys are like, Nikki, you've said that like 10 times. I know, but it's so funny because I'll walk around my collection and I just can't bring myself to get rid of anything. Even if it's a plant that I'm not like super jazzed about, I almost feel like it has feelings and I don't want to give up on it because it'll make it feel bad. Like, I don't know. This is the way my mind works. It's stupid, but it is what it is. Let me know if you're the same way. I just can't give up on a plant. Although I try. Anyways, so, but I really do need to downsize my collection. Between the plants in my collection and my propagations, it's just a lot. I love it. I enjoy it. I never get sick of it, but it is a lot. So I need to really try to figure out a filming, YouTube, and plant care balance. And if I could combine the two, that's something I really need to work on, is filming more of the things I do on a regular basis. But I'm still at that point where I'm extremely self-conscious about not coming on camera with my makeup done, you know, whatever. And, you know, I'm trying to get past that, but you know, it's something that I've always struggled with. So, but I'm trying. I think I just need to get to a point where I wake up every morning, you know, put my face on, just like when I used to go to work. I'd get up in the morning, I'd get myself ready, put my face on, and I was good for the day, and I would go to work. I think I need, if I can get into the habit of doing that, I think I'll be good. It's just getting there. So anyway, I'm totally rambling now. I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. If you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help for my channel, and I personally really do appreciate it. We are getting so close to 10K, and I'm just like, what? But I can't wrap my brain around that. So I am working on something special for 10K. It would just be crazy. It's going to be crazy when I get there. I can't fathom it. Okay, anyways, I'll stop now. I would like you all to have an amazing and wonderful day, night, week, month, and year. I love y'all to bitty bits, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!